What is up? What's going on? What is going on? Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Big Time Show podcast. I'm here a little early today. I got something to do a little bit later on, so I know I will not be able to come to you at my regular time. So I know I didn't give enough notice, and I apologize for that, but we just got to adjust. So I'm in the house. I'm here. Do me a favor, share if you can, or if you will, share and let everybody know that I'm on right now. Welcome to the show. Welcome to this moment. That's all I'm going to share for now. This will not be long. What's up, D Brown? I don't know who you are, but whoever that is just joined on Podbean. I probably need to just raise my stuff up so I can read a little bit better. D Broom. I guess D Broom. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right, but welcome to the show. Hello to everybody that is on Facebook and YouTube, Twitter. Hello to everybody that's there. What's going on? I know some of you are working. It's all good. Like I said, I have something to do just a little bit later on, but welcome to the show at this moment. Hey, Kermit, I see you popped in. Hey, I see you popped in. What's going on? I see you in the house. My brother Kermit White, who's in the house with me. Listen, are you guys still on the high? That's all I want to know. Are you still on the high? You know, when you win like we did on Sunday night, you move on because the next team is on schedule. But when you're winning and your winning produces a division championship, which is the first goal of everything, when you accomplish that, you're still riding high. And then the way that we won, of course, shows us that we got a reason still to really be high. These guys that are playing now for the Dallas Cowboys have supreme confidence right now. Supreme confidence. They feel like they can line up against anybody and beat them down, especially from the defensive side of the football. We feel like at this moment right now that we cannot be beat. Hey, homeboy, 88, we just feel like we cannot be beat. And for today, we definitely need to believe exactly what we are seeing. It is not a figment of your imagination. It is not a figment of your imagination. It is what you are seeing. No doubt about it. This team is loaded. This team is loaded. And we better start to understand what is really going on before some of you are going to miss out, without a doubt. So I see some channel is wrong here, and I am going to share this with myself. How about that? Y'all forgive me, but I'm saying something that is wrong. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay. Forgive me, y'all. I'm having slight technical difficulties with my stuff, and I got to correct this right now while I can. You guys ought to be excited. Let me see here. Ah, my goodness. Y'all forgive me. Okay, forget all that. If it ain't there, it's just not there. Okay. Hey, E. Kush, do me a favor. Hold on just 1 second, y'all. I'm going to refresh this and come right back. Here we go. There we go. All right. You guys with me? Let me know if you're still here. Let me know if you're still here. Let me see if what I'm looking for is happening. And it is not. Okay. Forget all that. Listen. One of the things that we need to do as fans, I don't really care nothing about the haters because, they're going to find anything, to try to make it seem like, they're not what they are. Here are the facts. The Cowboys are 11-4. Here's another fact. That's one of the best records in the entire NFL. That was a fact. Here's another fact. Cowboys have one of the top, well, it depends on what category you look at. They are at the top of a lot of categories offensively. Here's another fact. They are leading the league in one of the top teams in turnovers on defense in the entire league. That is a fact. Here's another fact. Shane just brought up another fact. He said that the Cowboys got their swagger back. That's a fact. That's not even to be debated. What your eyes tell you that this team is playing on a different plateau right now. They are seeing things tremendously different. They're playing fast. The reason why they're playing fast because they know where they're supposed to be. They know what they're supposed to do. And when you got that and you're not confused, you can go ahead and play football. Now, the best thing that happened this weekend, and I know what some folks gonna say, well, you played Washington. Look, they was on schedule. So it ain't my fault that Washington is what they are. And I understand, some they lost some people and all that kind of stuff. Guess what? We did too. So I don't even want to hear all that. We did too. We've been playing injured. We've been missing people all year too. So I don't even want to hear all that. We won. Bottom line, it is what it is. We've been playing with backups on both sides of the football, but we won. Our depth is great. The Cowboys, the question mark that everybody had Sunday was when would offense catch up and when would they play consistent and all that. And for one game, the questions were completely answered. In the turn, in the proof of 56 points. Some of that came from the defense, of course. The turnovers happened. One of them came from a special teams play, touchdown. But the offense was on fire. They played a great game, without a doubt. However, I told you guys before the game started, and I'm not going to argue with it for today. I'm not going to argue the point today. But Washington had a lot of their defenders, secondary, that was out. Without a doubt. They were completely out. They were playing practice squad guys. So the Cowboys took advantage of that by passing the ball. I personally really didn't have a problem with that because if that is their weakness, then exploit the weakness. They were lacking bad. Landon Collins was out. They lost their quarterback also. So the Cowboys did what they're supposed to do, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of people wants to see them run the football down people's throat and all that. I told you guys before the game started that wasn't going to happen in the first place because I believe even if they were healthy, I believe Kellen Moore would have passed the ball anyway. It's just in him. We played well. The running game did work, but when you break down the stats, you look at it and you say, okay, Ezekiel had 9 carries for 37 yards. Okay, 4.1 average. That's a good average. Tony Pollard had 8 carries for 34 yards. Okay, those are 2 primary runners. So Dak finally put his legs to work, and Dak had 4 carries for 21 yards, where he decided to scramble a little bit and made some positive yards. Corey Clement had 4 carries for 18 yards. CD Lamb had 1 carry for -2 yards, and so again, Ezekiel Elliott only had 9 carries. Tony Pollard only had 8 carries. Those are our 2 primary running backs. Dak, of course, again, 28 for 39 for 39. 28 for 39. 330 yards, 8 yards a pop. It says 4 touchdowns and 131.4 quarterback rating. You can't argue with Dak's numbers. But again, it's just another layer of truth to those that figure we need to run the football run. It's just not going to happen because Kellen Moore is not that guy. Ezekiel Elliott only had 9 carries. Pollard only had 8 carries. I mean, I rest my case. I'm to the point now where I don't even beg because I just know Kellen Moore. So if you're going to throw the ball, let's have games just like this. Let's just have games just like this. Dalton Schultz had a big game, 8 catches for 82 yards. Cooper, who cried and complained, had 7 catches for 85 yards. CD Lamb had 4 catches for 66 yards. Malik Turner had 3 catches for 82 yards. Some of that came from, of course, from Cooper Rush, but it goes down in the stat book. So, look, you can't argue when, when a team put up 56 points, combined. If Dak Prescott had 3 touchdowns, and I mean, come on now, we can't complain. We can dissect, but as far as you trying your best to impose Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard like they're Derrick Henry or somebody from Tennessee, that's just not the way we made up. It's just not. We can do it at times, but as far as being consistent, that just not gonna happen. Kellen Moore has proven to me too many times that it's gonna be that way. So we need to start looking at it like, okay, oh, I forgot. Yeah, exactly, Shane. I totally forgot. Terrence Steele. We're gonna start calling him Terrence TD Steele. Our offensive lineman had a touchdown. So I mean, we even running fun plays on them guys and just totally annihilated them. You can't argue with it. Offensively, we scored. We even got in the red zone. If you've been following me for a long time, I've complained about how Kellen Moore is horrible in the red zone. He didn't miss this week. We didn't even kick a field goal. I mean, come on now. Zerline got a good night off, other than kicking extra points. That was it. we dominated. We moved the ball at will. We really could not be stopped. Um, it was just a stellar performance. One of the best offensive performances that we've seen in Dallas probably in a long time. That was even better than earlier when we was on that hot streak early in the year. It is what it is. Now, what nobody don't want to talk about is what I've been saying for the last couple of days now, and that is the Dallas Cowboys, which is hurting the haters, of course, is that in this month of December, which the haters, of course, predicted that we will fall off, the Cowboys are undefeated. Cowboys have not lost a game in a month. We're 4-0 in December. So we put to bed that myth that a lot of the haters want to throw us, so that means they get to change the goalpost again. Everything that they've said, the Cowboys have killed it. Y'all want to go down the list real quick? How many of you heard that the Cowboys will not even make the playoffs? We killed that narrative. That's dead now. A lot of people thought that the Washington football team, because they won it last year, they felt like that Washington would win the division again this year. We wouldn't win the division, they said. Matter of fact, it was some people that picked the Giants ahead of us this year. The Cowboys have killed that narrative. That's dead. Then they said, okay, well, you're not gonna win the division. Then we start winning. Well, look who you playing. I mean, the goalposts get changed every week. Now the narrative is, okay, yeah, y'all won, but wait till the playoffs. You just keep moving the narrative. You keep moving the narrative over and over again. So the Cowboys have been just destroying narratives week in, week out. And personally, I love it because it's been very quiet on my timeline. It has been extremely quiet on my timeline. I don't know where everybody is. I've been looking for folks. I don't know what happened. I don't know where everybody been. I don't where is everybody? Yeah. Maybe some of y'all are going through the same things I am. I don't know where they are. It is what it is. So it is just amazing that the dominance that the Cowboys have shown. They are one of the better teams in the league, and my humble opinion, well, I don't know how humble it is, but my opinion is that they can beat anybody. No question about it. Now, is it going to stay this way? I doubt it, because with the truth, we are going to be playing better teams. We are going to be playing teams that can put points on the board. We are playing better quarterbacks, which leads, of course, to this game that we got coming up against the Arizona Cardinals. I think that we can beat Arizona, especially since DeAndre Hopkins is not playing. I knew when he went out a few weeks ago that Arizona was going to go down. I don't think they won a game since then. They are not the same team without DeAndre Hopkins. Matter of fact, they're actually average. When you look at what they have left, even though A.J. Green is to be respected, he's not the A.J. Green of Cincinnati. He's the A.J. Green of a wide receiver that's on his way out the door. He's not a number one anymore. He's a number two receiver. He's a great number two receiver, but you're really not scared of A.J. Green the way you used to be scared of him back when he was in Cincinnati. That's just the truth. Joe Mixon is a good running back, real good. And if you let him get going, he can hurt you. Why am I saying Joe Mixon? I'm sorry. Joe Mixon playing with the Bengals. My bad. I meant Connor. I'm sorry. I don't know why that came about. James Conner, formerly of Pittsburgh. He's pretty good. I like him. But you're not scared of Arizona. You are scared slightly of the playmaker that they have in Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is to be respected. Kyler Murray is dangerous, extremely dangerous, uh, and he deserves of a lot of attention. It's going to be interesting to me to see how we play uh, the Cardinals. If you go man to man, once your man leave, usually that's where the quarterback gets a lot of good runs because you're trailing your man. It's going to be interesting to see if we, put in a spy, which may be the case this week against Kyler Murray, a quarterback spy. So really, the only one that can run like that is Mr. Parsons. That can probably run it just as fast as Kyler Murray can. Matter of fact, I know they can because both of them run a 4.3. So he's just as fast as Murray is. I wouldn't be surprised if he's spying him all night. The other thing is this going to be the week where we incorporate zone instead of man to man this week? Are we going to see a lot more zone? I'm not saying, hey, Talib, I see you. I'm not saying that we are going to just totally brush off our man to man concepts. It's because of the quarterback that we have, and we know he's going to extend plays. We know he's going to run the ball. The question is, are we going to kind of mix this thing up with some zone this week so that when he does run, people are right there looking at him? Instead of his rush yard, a play that may go for 15 to 18 yards, him scrambling, maybe we can, with the zone concept there, maybe, or a spy concept, maybe that 18 yards just turn into a 6-yard game. When you're playing somebody like Kyler Murray, you got to scheme a little bit differently. He's different. He's different. You want him throwing the ball. You don't want him running the ball. So I believe that this week you're going to see, I'm quite sure the guys going to get preached to, especially our front four, is that we are definitely going to have to be gap disciplined. Where if you're supposed to go here, don't go here and then get back there. No. By going here when you're supposed to be there, that 1 or 2 seconds may cost you 7 points. Because if Murray see it, he's gonna be gone. So we got to be gap disciplined. We got to be disciplined in our rush this week and the rushing lanes that we have. They're gonna have to be disciplined this week. A lot of people like to flush people out of the pocket. With this guy, flushing them out of the pocket is actually his strength. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people like to get you off the spot. This kid loves to be out of the pocket. Okay, and Kyler Murray, and so we don't want to push him to his strength. He wants to get outside the pocket. That's where a lot of his most dangerous plays come. So it's just going to be interesting to see how we play him, how we rush him. We're known for rushing up the middle. You don't want to rush up in the middle against this guy. You kind of want to kind of cave him in. You kind of want to rush from the outside, keep it kind of like an umbrella coming this way. That'll make him go up the middle where there's gonna be some traffic. That's what you want. That's the way I would play him. I don't want him going outside at all. He's dangerous, and all Cowboy fans definitely need to recognize and call it like it is. He's dangerous. He can wreck your game up. He's that special. He is. And I respect Kyler Murray, like him as a player. But I want him to get hit severely this week. How about that? Because the rush is coming. The question is, how is it going to come? Dan Quinn is going to send these guys to come see Kyler Murray. The question is how. Are you gonna rush 5 or 6 at a time at them? Or are you just gonna stick with the front 4? Are you gonna put the bodies out there so they can so he got to really he don't get the chance. Hey, Saturday Night Smoke, I see you, brother. What's going on, man? Appreciate you joining. It's just going to. What up, Gary? What up, Gary? Gary, I thought you was in Facebook jail. How you get on Facebook? I thought you was in Facebook jail. I mean, I'm glad to see you here. Ain't no doubt about that. But I thought you was in Facebook jail. What's up, Joe? Hey, Joe, what's up in Italy? What's going on? It's all right. So is the lately what I've been watching, because I'm so impressed with the defense and the way they're playing, is if you're really looking, and especially if you got the all 22 game pass where you can watch the camera angles and you can see all 11 at the same time. What's been so interesting is to see how Dan Quinn is playing guys. You see what I'm saying? I know we see the results, but how he's doing it is really what is so intriguing to me. And I'm really interested to see how he attacks Kyler Murray this week. I think that's going to be real interesting to see how he comes at him, because without a doubt, our strong point on defense is how we get after the quarterback right now. So it ain't like we finna throw that into the garbage can just because it's Kyler Murray. No, ma'am, no, sir. We coming at him. We coming at him. Gary said you want to collapse the pocket, don't allow those rushing lanes up the middle. That's where he can eat up yards. You want him going east-west and then pursue the ball. I think he does it all, Gary. I just said that earlier when you got back here, that if you push him outside the pocket, he's dangerous out there too. I done seen plenty of plays where he's get outside the pocket and make these crazy these schoolyard type passes and stuff. Now, of course, DeAndre is not there to bail him out a lot of this stuff. But I will say this. I see you, Joe. I'm coming to that in just a second. Zach Ertz has turned into a major weapon for Kyler Murray. The tight end, Zach Ertz, and rightfully so. And he's been going to him a lot. You just I mean, at this point, are we really scared of Zach Ertz? I mean, I'm going to respect him, but I think that between him and AJ, they're just not as explosive as they once were with DeAndre there, obviously. And you can tell, and that's why they've been losing. They're not as explosive as they were, and you can see it. Ever since DeAndre went out, they've been losing. And the matter of fact, they was top seed. When DeAndre went down, they almost at wild card position now. Almost. A couple more losses after we beat them up. After we beat them up this weekend, they'll just about be in almost in wild card range. So they really miss. Yeah, exactly, Gary. You say remember that punt return of Deshaun in Philly? He got that lane was gone. Yeah, you must be talking about when Deshaun got up a straight line going up the middle. Yeah, Kyle is dangerous either way it goes. It's just he's that tight. He's just that tight. I just want to see how Dan is going to go at this kid. And it's perfect. It's perfect practice for what we're getting ready to see in the playoffs, because when you look, with the exception of maybe Tom Brady, all our other quarterbacks that and I even give Stafford that too, between Stafford and Brady. Of course, Stafford can move a little bit better than Brady can. Plus, they run a lot of bootlegs out there and with the Rams. But other than those two, Rodgers moves, even though he got a broken toe. Rodgers, as we all know, is dangerous when he gets off to unscripted or gets off into those unscripted plays. Incredibly dangerous. Murray is the same way. Uh, 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 I was gonna say, well, I am gonna say, if the 49ers make it out, we all know that Trey Lance is gonna be one of those type guys too. I don't think Jimmy G is gonna come back. If y'all haven't heard, Jimmy G broke his hand, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's his hand. I don't think he's gonna come back. I don't know how damaging it is, but I know that Trey Lance is gonna play this week. So if we have to see them, you already know he gonna run the football too. So Kyler Murray is perfect practice at the right time for these guys, and then we get it the following week again with just in case the Eagles make it. Well, we already know Jalen Hurts is the same way. So we're getting the right, we're getting the right quarterbacks. We've already played the pocket quarterbacks these last few weeks. Now we're getting ready to play these guys that like to move, which you probably gonna see in the playoffs. So this is good training, if you'll let me say that, these last 2 weeks. You're going against Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts. We know they're going to run the football. We know they're going to move outside the pocket. We know you got to chase them. So it's going to be interesting to me just to see how Dan Quinn comes at them. All right. I'm looking forward to it. I think Arizona going to get their brains kicked in. Our guys are just on a complete high. And our defense at this point really don't care who they see. I mean, you can see it, you can hear it, you can just, the aggressiveness is just there. They don't care who it is. They really do believe, because I've been hearing it, they really do believe that they are the best defense in the National Football League. They believe it. You've been hearing it. D. Law done said it. Trayvon, Lord have mercy, Diggs done said it. Gregory have said it. These guys really do believe that when healthy, there's no better defense in the league. Michael Parsons have said it. So, these guys really don't care who it is. They don't. They are the aggressor right now. They are forcing their will on every offense. It's bad when the offense is not thinking offensively and you got them on their heels thinking defensively. That's where we got these guys now. I'm just saying, we got offenses on their heels from the start of a game. Could it be that I'm saying that the Dallas Cowboys defense is intimidating offenses around the league? Is that a safe statement? I know that might be slightly, definitely biased, because y'all know I'm a Cowboy fan, and it might even be just opinionated, but I think that this team is on the, see, when we were turning the ball over earlier in the year, we were called opportunistic defense, okay? This last month, since D. Law came back specifically, and Gregory came back, and Neville Gallimore, those three guys there, it's not about opportunistic anymore. We done switched and turned to dominant. Now, y'all, I know y'all weren't expecting that, but I know y'all haters can't stand it, but let me tell you something. We're not opportunistic anymore. We are flat out dominant. I'm talking about intimidating. I'm talking about forcing your will on people. That's called bully defense. We bullies. Can y'all believe? Now, who would have thought we were at the beginning of the year we'd be saying this, or at least like me? I can't say if nobody else, at least me, saying that the Dallas Cowboys are playing bully defense, intimidating defense, daring you to pass the ball, daring you to run the ball, daring you to be at, if you in 3rd and 6 and above, 3rd and 5, you know what's coming. And watch this. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You know we coming. Ain't nothing you can do about it. That's intimidating. Shane said, I would like to see a repeat of Sunday night performance to send a message to the NFL. Shane, I think the message has been sent. The message has been sent. See, the defense of ours for the last month has already sent the message out. Like, we come to get your quarterback and ain't nothing you can do about it. We're going to get at least 3 to 4 sacks a game. And if the sacks we don't get, we're going to hit your quarterback at least 11, 12 times a game. The pressure is just going to be relentless. That message has been sent. Mr. Lord have mercy Diggs or so. Mr. Diggs has said this. Look, if it's anywhere in my vicinity, I'm getting it. See what I'm saying? That message have been sent. The offense, was the last little, and it really wasn't. We were still, scoring. It's just that, we're looking for the dominance. See, we got spoiled in the first few weeks where they couldn't do no wrong offensively. I mean, they were just scoring at will. We got spoiled by that and thinking that we supposed to have that every week. Teams catch up with you. But when they catch up with you, can you still put up 25 to 28, 25 to 30 points? And the Cowboys can, which means, again, just like at the beginning of the year, guess what? This offense can't be stopped. We're the only ones that can stop it. And let me throw this in. We're scoring like this with backup linemen in the game and switching up lines and Tyron Smith not playing. This team is loaded, man. I mean, we still scoring. I mean, I'm still to the point saying it's just too much talent on this offense. We cannot stop. We can only stop ourselves. I don't think it's a defense alive that can guard this. I just don't think it. I just don't think so. A lot of y'all worried about Dak. Okay. Shane said, I'm not talking about the defense. I'm talking about the whole team saying we are the most darn. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And as quiet as it's kept, and this is opinionated, what I'm about to say. This little bet that they got going, ladies and gentlemen, if you played on a football team before, it don't take much to motivate a team. This little bet that DeMarcus Lawrence and Dak Prescott got going has elevated this team, man. I'm serious. I'm serious. This little bet that they got going, ever since it was announced, these guys have went completely crazy. Both sides. The Dak is running his mouth like defense. Zeke Elliott have always kind of been out there. Dak has always been the corporate type guy and say what need to be said, but he's kind of leaning toward being cocky too. I love it. CD always had been cocky, so he talking the same way. Cooper, Cooper's just one of them philosophers type talking guys. I mean, come on, hey Miller, exactly. These guys, this little bet that they got going has elevated the team. It has. It has. That's just my opinion. Y'all may see it differently, whatever the case. I believe that the little bet that they got going was going. Talib, good question. Talib says, how did boss man fat Kelvin Joseph look out there, got a little playing time due to Lewis being out? I'm going to be honest with you, man. Actually, Shane, that is the case. Shane, that's at the end of the year. Now I don't know what the end of the year. I don't know if it's a playoff game or the end of regular season. I don't know what it is. Exactly. Garrett's said Dak been that way. He just waited till he got paid to show it. To go back to Talib's question. To answer your question, Talib, look, man, with Boss Man Fat being out there, hey, Smoke, I see you over there. With Boss Man Fat being out there, what it did show was the incredible depth that this team has. Now, specifically Boss Man, if you notice the game, Boss Man started the game, played outside, and they moved Anthony Brown to the slot position because Jordan Lewis was cold, had COVID. Okay, we didn't miss a beat. That's the bottom line. Actually, to be honest with you, um, uh, Anthony Brown was flat out dynamic in the slot. I'm just telling y'all. We're starting corner, usually going against a number 3 receiver. And Brown is fast enough and twitchy enough that he can play inside like that. And he was dominant. But your question about Boss Man was flat out great. I mean, Boss Man was dominant. Personally, I was shocked. The only reason why I say I was shocked was because, number one, he's a rookie. And I just don't trust rookie cornerbacks. However, if you heard Dan Quinn's press conference yesterday, Dan Quinn said that Boss Man had been looking flat out incredible in practice. So it's really about him just getting healthy. He made some good licks on some folks. There wasn't too many passes that were caught on him. He was in position, which is what you want from a corner. And most of all, he didn't get beat deep. And he almost got one as far as the interception goes. I do remember that. But Boss Man opened the eyes out of a lot of people and saying, like, okay, well, now we see why he was drafted in the second round. Because you can see how well he played, which is, of course, not good for Anthony Brown next year, but that's another whole conversation another time. It's just that, a lot of people think Boss Man would have started this year if he was not hurt and if he didn't catch COVID. He missed a lot of time at training camp, and it just carried over to where he had to battle from the ground up to get back on the field, and he did, and he took full advantage of his opportunity. He looked great. And if you're listening to Dan Quinn said that he's forcing himself. No, I'm paraphrasing. That once you see that, he's putting himself back on the field. Now, how is that going to work out? I don't know. I don't know. One thing that we've learned from the Cowboys this year as far as coaching staff, once they believe in a concept and a player, they will pull the plug. You saw what they did with Connor Williams. You saw what they did with Connor McGovern. Then you saw that it didn't work, and they put Connor Williams right back in there. You see what I'm saying? So if they're playing right, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. I doubt it, because I think Anthony Brown deserves to stay on the field. But I wouldn't be surprised if you see Joseph start getting a lot more playing time at certain times. What Dan Quinn said was he was so impressed by Boss Man and the way he played on press coverage. He loved the way he got his hands on folks and jamming them up, wasn't letting them get a good release and all that. And he went on further to say that is good to see and good to know for matchups later on. And he's talking about playoffs, that if he's able to do that, that can be used at a particular time. So Dan is already hinting toward Boss Man getting more time on the field. And to be honest with you, from what I saw Sunday night, guess what? I have absolutely no problem with it. None. Now I don't know what that means. Is who gonna sit down? And, common sense kind of tell you Anthony Brown. You know what I'm saying? Joseph, I believe Boss Man will be better than Diggs in the future. Well, I tell you what, if Boss Man is better than Diggs, nobody ain't gonna complete nothing. I mean, good Lord. We talking about Diggs, at least this year. No doubt, first team All Pro this year. No doubt, first team All Pro. Now, I heard people say, well, the reason why he got all these interceptions is because people believe they can throw on him. You see what I'm saying? The real, you don't see that. I heard who that said that. I think it was Shannon Sharp, actually. He said, actually a factual thing. He said Dion never got that many opportunities because people knew not to throw his way. That's true. He said Jalen Ramsey of the Rams does not get that many opportunities because they won't throw his way. He said, but the reason why Diggs is getting it is because people believe they can throw on him. Now, I don't know how many interceptions this kid got to have before you finally realize that, look, you may need to think twice about this because this kid is taking them out. So, but if Boss plays like he did Sunday, and I'm quite sure capable that he can, then the future is bright, without a doubt. So we got to start believing what we are seeing. We ain't got no choice, because it is what it is. We coming down to the close of this season. In a few more weeks, the playoff game will, unless Green Bay, of course, blows up. I just think Cowboys gonna win out. I think we're there. I just feel like we're gonna win out. I believe we're gonna beat Arizona. Then I believe we're gonna beat Philly again. And if Green Bay slips one good time, there's a good shot that we can slide into that one spot. And if that happens, that would be big for us. But if not, we'll be playing on the first week of the playoffs. I'm praying to God my wife let me go because I'm trying to go. Matter of fact, is anybody on here? Is anybody here on Facebook, a Podbean? If you're here, listen. Is anybody making plans on going to that game? I'm planning on being in Dallas that week, whatever day the game is, whether it's a Saturday or Sunday. Joe said Minnesota at Green Bay this Sunday night game. Well, I'm picking Green Bay to win. I'm just hoping they slip. Minnesota can score. Minnesota can run. I think Cook is coming back that game. That's always a plus. So, Minnesota can score. Kirk Cousins can score. I wouldn't put money on them beating. They're saying they're gonna beat Green Bay there, but they can run the ball. They can throw the ball. They can score. That's all I'm gonna say. What up, Kev? I see you, brother. So believe what you're seeing. It is what it look. By this time, the great Bill Parcells said this: you are what your record says you are. All right, we coming down to the close. This is not a fluke. We're 11-4. This is us. At least this year. This is us. We're one of the better teams in the whole league. This is us. It is. Well, exactly, Gary. He said Minnesota too unpredictable. Sometimes they look great. Sometimes they look terrible. A lot of it has to do with. He say, sorry, I can't go to the games right now. I'm too far. My airline ticket. Exactly, Joe. You in Italy, man. It costs you almost $2-3 grand just to come to Dallas. No, you You good. Gary's right. Kirk Cousins, at least from the quarterback position, has always been kind of hard to predict. Because sometimes you get the good Kirk Cousins, then other times you get to like scratch your head Kirk Cousins. Like, wow. Uh, hopefully the good one can come. Hopefully the good one can come there, and they're loaded, man. Thielen, Justin Jefferson, my goodness. Dalvin Cook, if he's ready, even if Cook is not ready, Madison, the backup running back, can light you up too. He just as dangerous. So I mean, they got weapons. The question is, can you stop Rodgers on defense? And I don't think Minnesota's not that great on defense this year, which is why I'm not really looking for them to lose at all. Exactly, Gary. That's Kirk Cousins. History of bad primetime games. That is Kirk Cousins. Can't even argue with that. The track record speaks for itself. So that's another reason why I didn't even think about that. Gary put that up there. I'm glad he did. I wouldn't even, that just furthers my point why I wouldn't get too much hope. Aaron Rodgers been playing on a bad toe all year, so that ain't saying nothing. Matter of fact, he playing better. He gonna be our MVP back to back this year again on a bad toe. So, and I know he playing great because guess what? He's my fantasy football quarterback, and about 3 or 3 leagues, and I'm in it every week. I mean, he lighting it up for me. Matter of fact, speaking of which, I must be one of the greatest fantasy football players of all time. Ain't no doubt about it. I'm in 5 leagues. I am in 3 championships this week. So, hey, the other 2, I lost one in the semifinals, and one I think I came in 3rd place. So I'm out of those 2. But I lost in the championship semifinals. I'm ticked off about that. I don't like losing. Okay, so call me one of the fantasy football gurus. I got my own thing because I'm trying to win. Okay, I'm trying to win. I want to be like Ric Flair. I want to be the 16-time world champion. You understand? I'm in 3 championship games. I'm looking for 3 belts this year. I'm gonna have one on this shoulder, one on the other shoulder, and one around my waist. I want everybody to understand that if you're in a football fantasy league with me, you better have your stuff together. That's all I'm. Let me get back to the podcast because some of y'all play fantasy football and y'all think y'all ready and all that kind of stuff. Let me just stop. In no sense of us arguing. I may have to start a league next year just for those that may think they ready. I may have y'all come on and let's play. Let's see what's going on. All right, end of that. Believe what you are seeing. Believe it. The Cowboys are lethal. And let's talk about something we never talked about. We never talk about this because it ain't sexy enough. But good Lord, is there any special teams coach better than Bones right now? We got to have the best special team coach in the league. We just got to. We have blocked more punts this year than we have in the last 15 years almost. And I may be exaggerating on what I just said right there, but I mean, gosh, we blocking punts, we blocking field goals, we putting a heavy rush on the punter. The only thing we haven't done is return the punt yet. That's the only thing we ain't done. I think that's gonna happen. Event one, it's just unbelievable what these coaches have done. Now, let me get to this and I'll let you go, which leads, of course, to what's expected. When you're 11-4, okay, when you have a great offense, when you have a defense that was totally last in the league, set records on how they were getting ran over and passed on. Then you get a Dan Quinn in here who have turned this defense around in 1 year, and to have turned them into a monster. then quite naturally other teams are going to want you. Which leads, of course, to what you've heard today, that Jacksonville wants to interview Dan Quinn and uh, our offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. Are you surprised? I mean, really? I mean, come on now. You shouldn't be surprised, especially in the case of Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn. Exactly, Shane. I'm sorry about that. Our punter is a Pro Bowl punter this year. Anger. I mean, come on now. He's the Pro Bowl punter this year, which means he's the best in the conference. So, I mean, come on now. He's pinning guys deep. He's having a great year. Just in case you know, our punter is one of our 5 Pro Bowl players. Dan Quinn, man, look, we better enjoy him while we can. Okay. You know, you hate to say it, you know, but he may not be here next year. Jacksonville will not be the first. Hey, my son on here. My wife on. Okay, I see you. I see you, Trey. Hey, boy. Hey, man. Dan Quinn's, this won't be his last interview. He's gonna get a lot of attention from a lot of places, college and even though I thought Quinn's gonna go there, but I've even heard some college people who may want Dan Quinn, and I'm quite sure they would. But Dan Quinn is a pro football coach. He's an NFL coach, and he's going to get another opportunity. And Dan said at the beginning of training camp that he had a point to prove. He's proved his point. Okay. I think Dan Quinn with the right, and he said it. If you haven't seen Dan Quinn's interview from yesterday, his press conference, you might need to go look at it and just start kind of listening to what he's saying. He left a little clue yesterday when he said that, you know, if the right opportunity comes. Now, you can do all the guessing you want when you say opportunity. If the right opportunity comes, that's something that he would have to look at. You know what I'm saying? So, and to pull him away from Dallas, it's going to take a whole lot to get him out of there. Don't get messed up about Jacksonville, okay? Because Dan Quinn has also been fired before, and you don't want to go to a place where the advantages are not there in place. So what does Jacksonville have? Okay, they got Trevor Lawrence. That's where you start. Trevor Lawrence, you know, nothing really to go cray cuckoo about in his rookie year, but he's not trash. It's just that he's just a rookie and really didn't have a lot around him. Okay, that's the first thing Jacksonville offers. James Robinson, who just got hurt, is a pretty good running back, but he just got hurt. I think his Achilles, he just tore his Achilles, so we may not see him to next year. So I'm just giving you their best players. Those are their 2 best players. Defensively, Jacksonville don't have nothing to offer. Jacksonville is going to have a high draft pick this year because of their record. So it's really, other than saying, you know, I got a chance to be a head coaching job, their owner is pretty good. You know, their owner is pretty good. It's Florida. State tax, I believe. You don't got to pay state tax there. So, I mean, there's a few advantages, but why take a job that you're really not going to have a chance at? Because, you know, the fans will be happy the first year or 2. But if you ain't winning no game, they're going to start asking for your head. And if you ain't got, if you don't have it, there's nothing worth, you know, talking about. So I don't think that Jacksonville is attractive enough, but that certainly would not be the last interview that Dan Quinn has. Kellen Moore. I'm a little less on Kellen Moore because Kellen Moore had a job last year that he turned down. It was a dream job. He had the keys to the whole city. He had the keys to the whole program, and that was at his alma mater, Boise State. Now, I realize that Kellen Moore probably wants a head coaching job, but when they give you the world at Boise State and the longevity that would go with that, he wouldn't be fired in 2 or 3 years. He played there. He's like a icon in that program. He would have got the keys to the thing, and he turned it down to stay as an assistant in the NFL. I don't see Kellen Moore going to Jacksonville either. I don't see it. Trevor Lawrence is not that attractive. You know what I'm saying? He just not. Not to me. I mean, y'all might think he all this and that. This is not Clemson. You know what I'm saying? This, I understand he's big. He got an arm. He got all the talent and all that, but he's not. He's not Justin Herbert. He's not Joe Burrow. He's not that type. And these guys I just called that had outstanding rookie years. And I understand you got to have some people around you. I get it. But Trevor Lawrence, he's not trash at all. No, I'm not saying that at all. But he's just not eye popping. Put it that way. He's solid, but he's just not eye popping. That ain't good enough for me to up and leave this and then go there. I will say this: that the power of Dak Prescott, the unhidden power of Dak Prescott, is in this franchise. It's just in the DNA of this franchise, and I just got a feeling that Dak and his persuasiveness would be enough to keep Kellen Moore here in Dallas, at least for another year. I just believe it. Now, I don't have nothing to base that fact over. I just know that Dak Prescott will have something to say about Kellen Moore and say it to Kellen Moore about him leaving. Because Dak Prescott, Kellen Moore has been good to Dak Prescott, and you see the results of Kellen Moore, and Dak Prescott playing together. Him being the quarterback and him being the play caller. Believe me, Dak Prescott don't want to start over. It's just the truth, Shane. People say that about and if you go to listen to Shane, you're absolutely right. If you go listen to Dan Quinn's press conference, he talked about that. About locking in on a certain area rather than being the CEO and all that kind of stuff, where he can teach and he can be hands-on, and how he can be an imprint and be on the side, all that kind of stuff. He talked about that. I don't know if you heard his interview, his press conference, but this is what he was talking about. So you can tell he loves the teaching aspect. He loves his hands-on approach. He loves the connectivity with the players rather than being the general manager or CEO type guy. This is what Dan Quinn is. So again, he did hint and say the right situation. So the question becomes, in his mind, what is the quote unquote right situation? I personally hope that Dan Quinn stays another year. Based on what we've seen this year, can you only imagine what this thing's going to look like next year if he's driving the car? Oh my goodness. This thing is going to get even crazier if he stays with us as far as our defense goes. So I would hope that he would stay. I hope Kellen Moore stays, but sooner or later, these guys will leave. I just hope it's not this year, at the end of this year. Joe said, do you think Dak and all our weapons made Kellen Moore a better offensive coordinator? Of course. That type of talent will make anybody look good. But let's not discredit Kellen Moore all the way out. Somebody has to call them plays. Somebody has to scheme them plays. Somebody has to. And our defense showed you that. Most of these guys, with the exception of Michael Parsons, this is the same amount of guys. Well, you throw in the free agents that we got, KZ and Curse and all them guys. But primarily, all of these guys were on that horrible defense last year with Mike Nolan. Get with Dan Quinn this year, it's like night and day. So that's the aspect that you just can't minimize is coaching. Dan Quinn comes in terms of pretty much all these guys is on his defense were here. Anthony Brown was here last year. Trayvon Diggs was here last year. DeMarcus Lawrence was here last year. Randy Gregory came back and played a few games. He was here last year. Dorrance Armstrong was here. Gallimore was here last year. Leighton Vander Esch was here last year. Jordan Lewis was here. So I'm saying, look, something changed. It was coaching. It was scheme. It was the different game plan. And our defense shows you what the effects of coaching, real coaching, can do. Same thing with offense. I mean, like I said before, one thing about Kellen Moore, it's hard to argue with the stats. What does his stats show? Now, I find a way to argue with him because I can't stand his red zone play calling. That's me. But I've been telling y'all that. But what the stats show is that the Cowboys are the number one offense in the NFL. I mean, it don't get no better than number one now. I mean, come on. I mean, this is what Kellen Moore does. If you look at his offense, with the exception of last year, and of course last year Dak wasn't there and everybody was injured and all that kind of stuff, so I don't even count last year. But when he was there, when Dak was there and Ezekiel and his line and all that, before even CeeDee Lamb got there, this offense was a top 5 offense. That's Kellen Moore. He knows how to move the ball now. I mean, I ain't never took that away from him. I just have a problem with him inside the 20. But him moving the football, that ain't never been a question. So when you get these type of guys, you don't expect them to have them too long. You don't expect to have them too long. You just hope that they can hang around again to see if we can build something here on top of what we're doing this year. Let me say this and I'm gone. Kevin saying they had it to an already talented defense, just need the right coach to do it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. DeMarcus Lawrence is the same guy that can get back there, and Gregory, same guy that can get back there. Armstrong, get back there. Gallimore, get back there. Trayvon Diggs was picking off balls last year, even though he was getting baked at the beginning part of his rookie year. Andy Brown was the same guy, Leighton Vander Esch. But look who's driving the car. Mike Nolan. Put a different driver there and now Dan Quinn, and the rest they say is history. You see what's going on. So it makes a difference about who you have as coaches there. Now, let me say this to my Cowboy fans. And I'll close. Y'all remember last year. All right. Y'all remember that? Everybody got that in their head now? Bam. Okay, you remember last year. You remember at the end of the year? Bam. You remember how horrible the defense was? Bam. Y'all remember that. You remember we could score 30, but we'll give up 31. Y'all remember that. Okay. When we got to the offseason, at least I know what I asked for. Most of my people that follow me and some of the groups that I'm in, we knew that we had to attack defense. We knew that. We knew we had to have, in order to turn this thing around, we had to have an awesome draft, free agency period where we can get better quickly because the offense can score. We just had what we were saying. Look, if we can just have a defense that could be in the top 18 or 15, then we can really do something. That's what we all were saying. Let me pause right there. Shane said, "What would you rate the performance of Mike McCarthy? Could we have won with Garrett if Quinn was our defensive coordinator?" No. Jason Garrett was just way too conservative, and he wasn't calling plays anyway. It was Kellen Moore. It was Scott Linehan. It was Kellen Moore. Garrett may have had some influence, but he was not the play caller at all. It was Scott Linehan and Kellen Moore. We would have been better, but I don't know if we. So really, Mike McCarthy really just had. He's McCarthy has. See, what we don't see about McCarthy is, and I think I've been slightly unfair too. See, what we do, all we see is Sunday when Coach McCarthy get on the sideline with this little headphones on, and the only thing that he says is 4th and 1, go for it. You know what I'm saying? 4th and 2, go for it. Or 4th and 2, punt the football. Or calling a timeout. But what we don't see is Monday through Saturday and those offensive meetings. We really don't know if Coach McCarthy has an imprint on some of the things, what need to be done. We just don't see it. We don't know it. We don't know it. So I ain't going to even speculate with that. I will say this. He's better than Jason Garrett. And sometimes a coach needs to just get out the way and let these guys do what they do. He don't say nothing to Dan Quinn. Now, that part I can guarantee. Now, he may have something to do with Kellen Moore. I don't know. You got Coach McAdoo there, person that everybody seemed to forget, who's an offensive quote-unquote guru himself. He's there. McCarthy is there. Kellen Moore is there. I'm quite sure they all season it up a little bit. But I'm quite sure McCarthy don't have nothing to do with Dan Quinn. Nothing. I believe that. That's just me. So sometimes it's just good to get out the way and let these guys coach. You don't see him saying, he may say something. Exactly. He may say something to Coach Quinn when Coach Quinn's sitting up top and, it'd be brief. But if you've been, every time they put the thing on Coach Quinn upstairs, Coach Quinn ain't got time to talk to nobody. Coach Quinn trying to figure out what these formations are. Coach Quinn trying to figure out where can he attack, what side he need to blitz from, see if he need to double up somebody, seeing if he can go man to man. He ain't got time to talk to Coach McCarthy. So I know he ain't talking to him. Now, Kellen Moore, on the other hand, I would think that he probably does have something to do with that. But to answer your question, Shane, Coach McCarthy has done an outstanding job. He's 11-4. The head coach always gets the shine and the blame. Right now, he's shining. He's 11-4. He's done an outstanding job. If you ask me, he's not getting fired. That's for sure. That's for sure. He's not getting fired. He will be in Dallas next year, without a doubt. No matter what happened. No matter what happened. He has earned the right to. Matter of fact, he will get some Coach of the Year votes. And he should. I'm not saying he should be Coach of the Year, but I'm saying that he should get some votes this year. And I notice I said votes, plural. You can't have a good year like this when you turn a whole defense around and you got the number one defense in areas in different categories, just as well as you got the number one offense in the league. I mean, what else do you need? Number one offense, number one defense. I'm quite sure we number one in some special teams category as well. I mean, what else? What else do you want from a coach? I mean, other than going undefeated, I mean, he's done a great job. He has. Can't take it from them. So we'll see on that. Now, let me go back to what I was saying. What we say at the beginning of the year, we said we just get a defense and be in the top 15. That's what we were saying all season. We'll take it. Just get us that. I was saying, and a lot of my brothers on here were saying, get us some go-getters. Get us some dogs. Y'all remember I was saying all that? Get us some guys that can bite. Get us some guys that are playmakers. Get us some guys. Now, we said that. Then we started saying free agents. All right? That was the first part. And we saw Javon Curse. We saw KZ. We saw Urban. We saw Carlos Watkins. We saw the guy, and a lot of us were saying, look, Joey was right. Coach Arians does have just got tested positive. He's out. When we saw these free agents, we were checking them. I was the main one. Cracker Jack free agents and, Jiffy Lube free agents. When we going to get somebody that's going to make a difference? When we going to do all that? I was one of the main ones. See, I'll tell y'all the truth. I was, I ain't got no reason to lie. I was one of the main ones. Like Carlos Watkins. Who is he? What is he? What? Urban. I kind of gave a little credit to Urban because I know he was pretty good against the run, which is what we needed. So I was saying, like, what? Javon Curse, what? KZ coming off Achilles injuries. What in the world are we doing? Why are we signing these guys? That's what I said. Now look at us. Curse should be in the Pro Bowl this year. Now that was a slippage, if you ask me. And I understand the fans vote for Pro Bowl, but he should have been a Pro Bowl alternate. Curse has had an outstanding year. He should be in the Pro Bowl this year because of this year. But I'm saying at first I was checking them like, why are we getting these guys? You know what I'm saying? Why are we getting these guys? Now look at Curse. KZ is, hadn't been crazy, but he ain't been bad either. Then we signed Hooker. And I said, well, if Hooker wasn't healthy, wasn't hurt all the time, this kid is a first round type safety. Why did we sign him when we know he one hit away from being out of the year? Hooker's played well. We got dogs on this team. We got dogs. Matter of fact, we wanted a quarterback. Y'all remember all this? J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain. That's all we said. I was one of them. Michael Parsons didn't come up to us. Michael Parsons' name wasn't mentioned too much. Then all of a sudden he fell to us, and look what done happened. My God, we got a generational player. Now remember, in the draft, we said the generational player was Kyle Pitts. Y'all remember that? And I'm not saying Kyle Pitts is not. But what I am saying is there's another generational player that came out this draft. Guys that come around once every 25, 30 years. We just found one. His name is Michael Parsons. We asked for dogs. We got them. Do y'all remember where we were last year compared to now? We shouldn't be complaining at all. Yeah, we might have some nitpicky stuff, but we shouldn't be complaining at all, man. We turned this thing around quick. How many teams really do that? Do y'all understand? We were, 6-11 last year? And I understand Dak won there. I get it. But there ain't too many teams turn this thing around like this now. It just don't happen like this. And what you're seeing is the culmination of when you get the right people in the right spots with the same talent, just different scheme, different attitude, different motivation, different teaching. And you got, look, we got 3. Let me see. 1, 2. We got 2 head coaches on this team that combined have been to 4 Super Bowls. Y'all think between Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy, they have been a part of 4 Super Bowls. Ladies and gentlemen, that they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. I don't know why we you know, and I guess it's kind of a prelude to whatever. I mean, we may not win the Super Bowl this year. We may not even get there. Who knows? But that does not diminish what this turnaround has been like this year. This has been flat out a awesome coaching job. That's really my point. This has been an incredible coaching job from top to, well, let's take it further. General managership, look, general manager, Steven, if y'all want to give Steven and whoever, Jerry, Steven, Will McClay, McCarthy, Kellen Moore, Dan Quinn, Bones, Al Harris, the defensive back coach, all this stuff come together. They have done an outstanding job, and it ain't over with yet. They have done a job that, man, look, please show me the franchises that have made a complete 1 year turnaround like what you seeing now. I ain't saying it ain't happened before. I'm just saying, please show me. There ain't many. It's not many. It's not many. By no means. And somebody smart out gonna say, well, Tampa Bay just did it. Tampa Bay didn't make the Super Bowl. Look, whenever Tom Brady go to a team, they automatically are at least 4 to 5 games better. I'm just saying. Players make a difference. Coaches make a difference. Mike Evans, good with Godwin, all these guys, Ronald Jones, all these guys were there with Jameis Winston. Didn't get nowhere. Insert Tom Brady, they holding up the trophy at the end. Players make differences. That's Michael Parsons. That players make difference. But then you get somebody like a Dan Quinn, who this defense was at the bottom of the dirt. And in 1 year, pretty much with the same players, you insert Parsons in, which is a tremendous big difference. But pretty much this is the same player. You insert Quinn, you insert a different attitude, you insert a better scheme, a simpler scheme. Look what happened. Forget top 15 defense. Right now, this defense, really, show me a better defense is playing lights out football than we are in the last month and a half. There ain't none. Kansas City got a little hot with their defense. It ain't looking like this. So this regardless of what happened this year, at the end of this year, whether we make if we 1 and done, if we 2 and done, if we fortunate enough to get to the NFC Championship game and win it, and even if we go to the Super Bowl and lose it, guess what? And of course, if we win it, that's a whole different game. This coaching staff deserves a tip of the hat. This organization deserves a tip of the hat this year. That's all I got to say about it. Okay. I'll see you guys this Saturday. Yeah. I might come on again tomorrow though. I'm feeling it. I might come on again tomorrow, talk about this stuff some more. But I think we need to really just sit back a minute and just think. Just the last year and then to this year, see the changes that were made. See the hirings that we did up top. See the players that we drafted. Dan Quinn is the reason why KZ and Curse and Neil are here. Why we said say what? Why you get him? Dan Quinn knew what these guys brought to the table. He knew it. and they have produced for him. Dan Quinn knew it. He's not surprised by this at all. Dan Quinn is not surprised by Curse. Dan Quinn is not surprised by Neil. He's not surprised by KZ. He asked for them guys and brought them here. I can't argue with Quinn. I can't argue with him. He knew exactly what type of defensive lineman he wanted. That's what Jerry Jones said once, if you listen to him this week. He got with Quinn, and Dan Quinn studied defense and came back to them and told him, these are the type of guys that I need. Why do you think OC is here? You think that's by coincidence? Why do you think OC is here? Dan Quinn. I'm just telling y'all. It's we gotta give you guys credit. All right. I appreciate you guys hanging with me for the night. Again, I had to come on early. I couldn't come on later. I have something to do, so I came on now. So I appreciate those who have showed up and listened so far. Those are watching this replay and listening to this replay. Hope you guys hope you enjoyed it. If you get any comments or whatever, hopefully that you go ahead and do it. Listen, if you want to support the podcast, this is a few ways you can do that. If you're on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or whatever, there it is. That's the Cash App. It's $, the Big Time Show. If you want to do that, that's fine. I appreciate that. If you want to become a subscriber to the podcast on a monthly basis, here it is right there. The Big Time Show 3.supercast.tech. If you like what I do and want to support me that way, if you just want to become a premium member, you can do that as well. If you're on Podbean, there's a red bag that's right there. If you want to do it, just press that bag, make a decision. Some folks may be saying, well, what are you asking for? You have the choice. I ask for up to $5 a month. But it's up to you. If you want to do $1 a month, so be it. If you want to do $2 a month, if you want to do $20 a month, that's on you. You never know who might be listening to you. You don't know how God will bless you. So I don't limit stuff at all. It's whoever. It is what it is. So there it is. There. If you want to contribute that way, that's fine. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Appreciate my brothers, Gary and the Conscience, Kevin, Shane. Appreciate you, man. Joe from Italy. Thank you for showing up. Kermit showing up. I think Talib was here for a minute. All you guys that are constant supporters of me and supporting me in my little thing that I do here, man. I appreciate you guys. The shows wouldn't be nothing without you guys. Y'all comments actually kind of direct the show, and I appreciate y'all for always being here. Thank y'all so much. I could talk to myself for a whole hour or whatever, however long I've been on here, but it sure does make it easy and fun when you guys pop in on here. So thank y'all again. I'll see you guys. I don't know when. Just turn on the live notification. Whenever I feel it, I'm coming. I'm definitely coming Saturday, but I got a feeling I'm coming before then. So just turn on the live notifications wherever you're watching or listening to me from. Click on whatever your button is for live notifications, so that way when I do come on, you'll see it in your notification box on your phones or your computer or whatever. But until then, listen, I appreciate you. Y'all come on, put your hands together and come on, clap. Y'all know how we leave out of here. This is, the Big Time Show. Woo! Let's go, Podbean. Come on, clap your hands. Smoke, you still here? Yeah. Hello, Francisco, wherever you are. Francisco. It's all over now. Come on, clap your hands since you're here, friend.